Right, go to ctutorial.com and what you will see is immediately got those hello world examples and hit the compile. And, if the indicator down here says it's going through the compiler and compiler is good, and do an execute. After you execute it, you're looking at the green area. We're executing the main program, which is this is our int main. So this is where the C++ program, any C or C++ program start. It's taking the main program. And the main is what this guy is. Okay? So we run the main, and then it come out. This is the output. Output is hello world. And what is that? This is where this instruction is. This instruction says cout. Cout means console output. Console, this is the console. This whole green area is the console. The console output, so cout, is we are giving him hello world in double quote. Double quote means this is the whole string we are getting it. And this double quote throw these things into, this is the operator. The operator with this sign here is the throw everything here into cout. Cout is just like another person which is his job is take whatever people throw at him and output to the console. So in this particular expression here, we are asking him to print out this hello world. So cout, just go ahead and print it out. This is what we see down here. Okay. And so what is this end L? Because we also throw, after we throw the hello world into the cout, we also throw the end L, ENDL. ENDL stands for end of the line. End of the line and into the cout. What does this mean? This means is that after the hello world here, he is going through the end of the line. That means basically it's go to the next line. All right, so this is the entire program. The program is we are asking them to do the cout, this is the main program, to do the cout and hello world and then end of the line. All right, so let's go through each one of these steps I'd like you to try. First of all, if you take out the end of the line, okay, suppose we take out the end of the line. So what does this look like? Okay, we go through the compile process, which is converting all this whole program into executable through the compile. And if you see down there in the console, it still says, oh yeah, there's no error, so everything is good. Okay, we execute. Okay, so did you see the difference without the end of the line? What's the differences between this one and the previous one? If you look at down here, what it does is that the previous one we have is after the main, we do hello world, and that's it. We go to the next line. Okay, and in this particular one we have here, look, the hello world ends right here, up to here. Okay, and then we don't have to go, we didn't go to the next line, we just do it sh-4.2. This is really what the command prompt, so the prompt of the systems, just like well, it's a typical Unix operating systems. It gives you prompting something that to tell you that, hey, I'm ready. So that's the function of the end of the line. Okay, can we do two end of the line? Yes, so let's try that. End the line and end the line again. And then in that case, we should get two of those and two lines before we see the command prompt. Give it a try. You see the difference? Okay, now let's go on to understand each one of these lines. First of all, look at all the error message. For the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to comment out this line. Okay, that means if I don't have this line, what does this mean? So how do I take out this line? What I can do, first of all, will be I will just go ahead and erase this whole line. Just do a cut it. Okay. However, if I cut it, I want to get it back. I have to type it again. So I don't really want to cut it back. What I can do is I can tell the compiler, ignore these lines, which means I will comment out. So by doing the comment, this is the way to do the comment. I put 2 slash before each line, before the line, and that will make it. If you notice that the colors are different now, that means this line using namespace std will no longer be part of this program. The whole purpose of this is really just to comment. That means for people to read, that's all. Okay, has nothing to do with the computer. So now if I comment out that and I compile it, look at what happened there. All right, so we have a whole bunch of errors here, and let's go back. This is where we end last time. Okay, now he goes through the compile, and once he runs the compile, what he says is that the main.int main, look at this function. This error says what? There's an error here. Error cout was not declared in this scope. And what's the cout? This is 97. All right, 97 is what? See the 7 here? CPP-7. It's right here. So on this line, that means on this line, there's a thing called a cout. But the cout has an error. It's not declared in this scope. What scope? A scope means that he cannot find it. He cannot find the cout. What is the cout? All right. So where is the cout? Oh, the cout turns out to be, it has a thing to do with using namespace std. So there is a way of, what's namespace? Namespace means that it's something that the cout sits in, cout resides in that namespace. It's just like if I'm calling this guy cout being somebody like Frank. Okay, but if there's no such thing as Frank, there's so many Frank in there. Which one are you talking about? We cannot even find a Frank. So what is that? There's std in there. So another way I can do this is that I either get this back, or I can tell him, hey, that cout is part of the std. So I do std column cout. Okay. If I tell him to do std column cout, that means, hey, you want to find a cout, go to std. Scope, that's the scoping part. That's why it's called out of scope. So this is the scope of cout. So let's see if it works. Compile. Oh, cannot find what? Cannot find ENDL. If you look at that, it didn't say the cout cannot find it. And what it can do is that NL is not declared in this scope. So we are virtually getting the exactly same problem. So let's do the std column, tell him NL is really where it is, right? It's part of the std. Now it works fine now. It compiles good. Let's execute it. Hey, so the whole program works. So look, we have two ways of specifying where the cout is. One is I'm either using namespace std as we had before, or we tell them every one of them that cout and end of the line and end of the line, they're all in the std scope. And you will see what people usually do is just using namespace. Why? Because we don't have to type it 3 times, right? Okay, so let's go back to that. Without typing 3 times. Well, let's just get rid of one of them. So we don't bother it, okay? The next thing I would like you to try is that, so this should work. So just to make sure that I don't cheat on you, okay? All right, so next thing I want you to try is that if I don't have any of these semicolon, so let's see if we don't have a semicolon, what will happen? Let's compile. What it says is that the error is expected before semicolon, expected semicolon. Why? Because every instruction, every statement, this is the called statement, every statement requires a semicolon. That's what is required on the C program. So every line, basically every line ends with a semicolon. All right? Okay, so at least you got the basic stuff there. But one thing, if you notice that, you could also ask, so how come this line doesn't have a semicolon? That's a good question. Yeah, but we'll leave these questions in the later part of the discussion. Okay, all right.